Good morning, everybody. This is Kyle Speed One coming to you from the racetrack. Yeah. Well, today I have the finished project of the Area 71 Ferrari 250 Lusso, as in Larry, Lusso, with an L. Lusso. Yes, and I painted it in the Vallejo metallic green. It turned out pretty good. How does she run? She run pretty good. In a previous video on another Area 71 slot car body kit, it did come with its own chassis and of course the body and the glass and other details. You've got to buy the axles, the gears, and the wheels, and of course the paint supplies and the rest of it that goes with making one of these. Again, I sanded down the 3D printed body with 250 and then finished it up with a 1000 grit wet dry sandpaper to smooth the body out, because it has a texture to it from Area 71. It's kind of bumpy, or small little spikes in the formation of the body, and to me, I just sand them down a little bit, and then I'll end up usually about 4 coats of Tamiya light gray primer aerosol, and put the 4 coats of primer on, and then I'll turn around, paint the car whatever color I want to. And this one, just like the California, the 250 California that I showed you in that Vallejo metallic blue, this one turned out really pretty also. Slotted gears, slotted axles, Piranha 21,500 RPM motor, BRM aluminum wire wheels and tires, and various other acrylic paints from Walmart. I think their brand name is Apple Barrel. And all that topped off with Rust-Oleum 2 times gloss clear coat. And I put about 3 coats of clear on this. All right. And I'll bring her in. And while my hands, I've been working on one of my motorcycles, so I haven't had much of a chance to wash up yet. But anyway, there's the BRM wheels and tires. There's that Vallejo metallic green. It's beautiful. I really love that color. And that and the Pagani Zonda really turned out to be a pretty car after painting it with the Vallejo paints. Hand painted all the trim on the car. the grill, the bumpers. I mixed up my own paint for the turn signal lenses. There's the chassis it comes with. It's got a slotted motor pod with slotted motor pod screws. It's got the slot invasion guide on it with 10 braids. The Piranha motor. And yeah, that's basically, you know, the body and the chassis and the glass, the windshield wipers, the headlights and the taillights. Although I had some spare headlights that I had gotten from Spain quite a while ago, and they just been sitting in the box, so I reused them, or I used them on this particular car. The interior is with Vallejo paints, acrylic paints, and I'll warn you, some of these, like the door handles, they're very small, very thin, therefore, and they're resin, they're very, very brittle. If you mess up, I've looked on their website and I haven't seen anything about being able to buy like the door handles or the windshield wipers or the tail lights or the bumpers. Some of this stuff is not even offered for sale separately from the Area 71 kits. Now, probably sure I'll go back and look, and sure enough, they'll be up there, but as it stood at the time of doing this car, that option wasn't available. Okay? So, beautiful, beautiful color. I love that. I love that green metallic. And that Vallejo metallic is the airbrush mode, or they'll call it air mode, which means it's already diluted down to use in your airbrush. I did not add water to the paint or alcohol or anything else. And I will tell you this, do not add alcohol. You'll have a gummy mess in your airbrush. I don't know what made me think to do that, but I did. I guess I was trying to prevent water vapor from building in the airbrush and ruining the paint job. Anyway, lesson learned. If it's acrylic water-based paints, just add water if you need to thin it down. Yes, you can use bottled water. You can use distilled water. You'll know when the mixture's right by the way the paint comes out of your airbrush. That's all I can tell you. It just takes years and years of experimentation to figure things like that out. You know, if you've added too much water, you can always add a little bit more paint to it and mix it in all real good. That's important. And try spraying again. If it's not enough water, you just add enough water, a little water to it at a time until you get the mixture thinned out how it needs to be to spray out of your brush real good. But as you can see, it really doesn't even have much of a gear whine to it. It's an inline motor set up. So it's got a pinion and it's got a crown gear. It's got brass bushings in the motor pod for the axle. Yeah, the Area 71 kits are really neat. The material is kind of like a flexible impact, somewhat proof material that they're using to make these bodies. Now they do sell resin bodies, which some of you may be familiar with those. I've certainly got my fair share of resined body cars to run on my racetrack. But the thing of it is the body work takes a little while to do if you want it to come out right. Don't be scared to try a kit. Just pick whatever car that you think you like and go ahead and buy it. They are kind of expensive. They're made in Italy. Plus you have to buy all the other parts: the wheels, the motor, the gears, the axles, the tires, the guide, the wiring, the braids. So yeah, it can add up. It may be a little too expensive for you if you're on a tight budget. Excuse me. I like the body style of this Ferrari 250 Lusso. It was actually made to be a luxury everyday drive car, and it's beautiful. Go look up some videos on YouTube and put that in Ferrari Lusso, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a really beautiful car. I couldn't find maybe but one or two examples where they had raced them. So in this case, like the Ferrari California, I left them in their civilian owner, everyday street drive configuration. And that's fine. I like street cars too. But I really love the body style on this car. And I'll bring it in one last time. The Ferrari 250 Lusso. I'll also tell you, I'm telling you a lot of things, ain't I? Some of the, how do I put this? I tried using bare metal foil to do the bumpers and things of that nature, and I could not get it to stick and hold in place. It would go on. I'd start using a Q-tip to press it onto the object, like in this case the bumpers, only to have it lift right back up like I had just laid a piece of paper on top of the bumper. I tried different methods, unpainted and already painted, clear coat, and then tried to lay the bare metal foil onto it. Same result. I could not get that stuff to tack on and remain in place long enough for me to get it formed and cut out and then put a clear coat on to lock it in onto the car. I just couldn't do it. So I gave up on it, and this is the result. Now the reason why the window trim seems to jump out more so than the bumpers do? Well, it's a funny thing. The apple barrel silver acrylic water-based paint does a great job of mimicking chrome when it's real thin. When it's a thin area that you are, or a small area that you're painting. When you're painting an overall area, it looks like that. I even painted the cowl chrome piece on the hood scoop, and that turned out bright. So, you know, I'm just going to live with it. I'm just going to live with it. It's still a beautiful car. Great body lines. Great color. I'm happy with it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them down in the comments. Give a like. And even subscribe if you feel like it. I really would appreciate that. I'll talk to you later. Bye.